Guys, I really don't want this to become a trend where I sit down and I record videos about trending things that happen because I already have so much I'm navigating through in life and I would like to eliminate unnecessary stuff to make me worry. But the way things are getting and the way that society is becoming, I think it's relevant for a voice of reason to speak out. So, on the topic happening right now, where I'm seeing adults behaving so illogically that your jaw would drop and you wonder, like, are these people okay? Are these adults? It is the trending topic of two girls in a secondary school, and one is bullying the other person, and somehow the news became viral. And then what grabbed my attention was a video of the parents of the girl who was bullied going after the bully and berating her, flipping their phones open and filming her and slapping her and screaming at that child. Let me make it clear. I was bullied. I hate bullying. I know what it means. But in what universe is the solution to bullying another child? Like that makes you worse because you are bigger than her, you are an adult. You should be a source of guidance to this child. Like the essence of this whole thing coming out is to correct it and stop that thing. And how do you respond? By screaming at a child, by bullying the same child. And I'm not even going to talk about the people screaming in the video because, of course, this situation can trigger you. I'm saying it the second time. I was bullied in secondary school, so I know. And you can be emotional, like, okay, I spend this amount of money to take my child to a school, to a private school. You know how crazy it is paying school fees in private schools, and then this child is bullying my own child. I know, I understand. My problem is not even with the parents. Maybe they lost it and they couldn't think logically at that time. But my problem is scrolling down the comments, seeing people I know being like, yes, slap her. Slap her. That slap is not enough. Beat the girl. Like, really? Like, really? That is an image that is okay for you. If the so-called thing that is making you outraged is the fact that someone is being bullied, that a child who is a junior student is receiving unfair treatment from someone who is a senior student, then we create that environment where there is a whole horde of adults screaming at this child and bullying her and pushing her to the extent that an adult has to stretch a hand to protect the child. Like, how? How do you support that kind of behavior? How do you sit behind your keyboard and say, yes, slap her again, slap her again? We all know that bullying in children comes from abuse in the household. I was a teacher for 1 year. It is so clear. Investigate it. 100 out of 100 of bullying cases come from children who see these certain behaviors at home. It's not so complicated when it comes to children. There is a hierarchy that has been set up, and it is not that child that caused it. I am not saying that child should not be held responsible. The girl looked like a teenager. Of course, she should be punished for what she did. But under the confines of an authority, she is in the school. Let the school discipline her. If the school turn a blind eye for this child to be bullied, then the school should be held responsible. If the parents are the one, or the sisters or the uncles are the ones teaching this child to reflect this character on another child in her secondary school, then they should be held responsible. But in no world is it okay for you to respond to a bully case by bullying that child as well. I didn't watch the video. I have better things to do. But when I see people reflecting in certain manners to certain issues, I wonder, if you find yourself in a place of responsibility, what are you going to do about it? Especially when it comes to children. Handling children is so sensitive that the harm is permanent if you do not do it well. Okay, if we have two children that are traumatized and timid and afraid, what is the good that is going to come out of it? Because as adults, we're seeing this thing through the internet. We don't like it. So we want good to come out of it. We want this to stop. So by people cheering on, beat the girl, assault the girl, harass the girl, film the girl and place it on the internet, that this girl that should not be more than 16 or 17 years, mind you. so that she will have a permanent repercussion to a mistake that she made, that people possibly did to her when she was a junior student, and which she thought that it was okay to do to another person, to which people in the school probably reported that senior this has been doing this to me, and the teacher would be like, that's how it is. They are your senior sisters. All these things I'm saying are things that I went through when I tried to report bullying. It is a cycle that needs to be broken. And clearly, the masses still has that cycle, that mob mentality in their heads, that they will say, oh, this child that her own case of bullying happened to go out there, let us rain on her the same thing that she rained on this small child. There was something that happened to me in SS2. As I said before, I have been bullied. And my seniors, usually how it is juniors on the top bunk, seniors on the lower bunk. I was pretending to be sleeping. I wasn't sleeping, I was lying down. And the seniors, they were all there and they're gisting. And they're like, who are the people? Because I was in SS2 and we're about to like be handed over to become the new seniors. And they're like, who are the people that are going to be wicked seniors when they get like, when the power goes over to them? And they were mentioning names. And I said, yes, Anne, because Anne suffered so much as a junior student. And I stood up and I was like, no, I'm never going to be like you people. Because the fact that I have been bullied, I understand how painful it is, and I wouldn't want to rain it on another child. And they're like, shut up your mouth there. But I had said what I had said because I understood that if you continue like this, it is a cycle that never ends. What if you hit that child on the head? As the mob of people were swarming around her and the child suffers injury, then people will say another thing. It's another talk and another story for social media to take up. But the fact is that beyond all of these buzz, they are all children. Both people involved are children. And what we want is for the best for them, for both of them, for every child in that school and every child in Nigeria, for things like this to stop, because the root of the matter are adults like this who do not use their common sense, who cannot see things in the big picture, who thought, okay, because a girl slapped another girl, then I should slap that girl. And that solves the issue. Those are just my thoughts.